Okay. So let's do carbon monoxide now. Let me get back to my thing here. Here we go. Okay, carbon monoxide. This is crazy stuff because, and when you do the reading and stuff, you'll find out it's colorless, odorless. Humans cannot detect carbon monoxide. But right now, in my possession, I've got a carbon monoxide detector. I'll show you some articles that I found over the break, but I'm basically paranoid. You know, when I go to a hotel, I bring my own carbon monoxide detector. That's crazy. But I've seen enough of these articles where you can't depend on things, right? So I'll show you this on the document cam because I want to actually, let's see, I'm going to do the left over here, the document cam. Okay. I want to tell you some qualities of a good carbon monoxide detector. Now this is one, it's an industrial one. It costs $100, $150. I'm going to give it to Erin and she's going to use it for a week. Notice, here's some characteristics of a good carbon monoxide detector, whether you buy one in Walmart or whatever. Get one that has a digital readout. And it's always measured usually in parts per million. See where it's off to the zero there? It says ppm, parts per million. Erin, listen to this now. If that detector ever goes to 30 or more, something's not right. There's always, whenever you have a machine or some detector, there's always what's called, background, right? If that went to 5, I've had it in my office for a long time, whatever, that wouldn't bother me. But if it went to 10 or 15, that would actually still bother me. But here's another quality of a carbon monoxide detector. It can always tell you the maximum that it saw, even if you weren't there. Notice on that button it says max. If I push that, it will tell me what's the maximum level it's seen since it's been on. Because sometimes at night, furnaces run maybe more or whatever, but right now it's reading 0 because the 0 is the real time right now. And I did hit max, I'll try it again. It's 0, it hasn't done anything. It hasn't detected any carbon monoxide. But the nice thing about, and you can get these detectors at Walmart, you hit the max, and it's still going to read 0 because this one's never had anything beyond 0. So Erin's going to have it for a week. Keep it in your bedroom, whatever, with you, even in a car. Can you get carbon monoxide poisoning in a car going down a road? Huh? Absolutely, yes. Some of you that live in the Indianapolis area, wasn't there high school kids? Anybody remember that? Can you remember what? Tell me.
There were like 2 people driving in their car and they passed out because of the carbon monoxide filling up the car, and one of them I think died.
Yeah, I think there were 2 high school students driving, and they passed out. I think they had went off the side of the road, and one ended up dying. Carbon monoxide. Actually, you can buy carbon monoxide detectors that fit in your car. I think they fit into the cigarette lighting thing. And they probably don't have a readout, but they're probably set to have an alarm when it gets to about 30, 35. I think that one that Erin has now, I think if it does hit 30, it will make it a little alarm as well. So there are these carbon monoxide detectors, which are, important. Okay, important to have. Okay, so let me see, I'm still doing this. Okay, so let me show you some articles that I've ran into over the break. And I didn't search for these. I was just reading some newspapers online and here it is. Okay, so here's 3 family members found dead of carbon monoxide poisoning at a hunting camp. And they were using some trailer. There were 2 teens and a 69-year-old man. It was a trailer converted into a cabin. They had a propane heater. I would say the older man should have said, where's the detector, right? Okay, that's easy for me to say. Here's another one. Family of 4. Ugh. Arizona cabin, carbon monoxide poisoning. Just not many days ago. Okay? The one thing always about these articles is they never give you enough information, like what they were, what the people were doing, but there they are, right there. Gone. Okay? And then, remember, I didn't search for these articles. I ran into them. Here's another one. Indiana grandma, dead. 5-year-old critical. Okay? Let's see. Discovered how, and that all the fire departments have detectors like I just gave Aaron. If they come into a place, they've got to get a reading in a digital format. Anyway, so there's another death. So they were using the oven to heat the home because maybe, I guess the furnace was having problems. Okay. So, oops, sorry. There's a cord here I almost tripped on. Okay, so carbon monoxide, let me get over here. Why is it so deadly? Well, there's the molecular formula of carbon monoxide, CO. Yes?
Did you start your recording again? I don't know if you're going to record.
I think I did, unless it stopped. Good for you for asking. Yeah, it's still going. It's kind of got some of those digital cameras, do movies as well as images, and it makes a file, and yeah, it's going. Okay, so carbon monoxide actually is formed when carbon dioxide isn't. So like usually some reactions are going to, like the complete burning gives you carbon dioxide, but if there's some fault with the engine or fireplace or furnace, you get some carbon monoxide formation. Okay. Now sometimes people confuse carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, but that's not good. So the key is carbon monoxide, byproduct of burning something, poison at a low concentration, and we're going to tell you why it's so poisonous. And the other thing is, carbon monoxide can kill you, carbon dioxide can kill you, but it's 2 different mechanisms. Okay? So we'll talk about that. And see, it gets to that point, it's poisonous at high doses. Low doses of carbon dioxide cannot kill you, but high doses can, because then what happens is any gas can kill you if it displaces enough oxygen. So if this room was filled with carbon dioxide only, we would all die. But you have to have a high concentration of carbon dioxide. If we had 50 parts per million, and I'm going to show you this in a minute, of carbon monoxide, we would all get sick. Just a small part. Okay, so there's one of those detectors that you can get at Walmart. Digital reading. Get one that has a digital reading because then you always see what's going on. And then notice here it says test and reset, but notice down in this bottom button, what does it say? Peak level. If you ever want to know what it read as a peak, you just hit that button and it'll show you the digital readout. That's very handy. Okay? Don't get one that just that has a sound. You need that. Okay, so anyway, one of the things we talked about in the lungs, and it's related to the lungs, is there's a lot of surface area in the lungs. Okay? So this is based on human. This is the area of their skin. And you can, we all have about the same amount of skin. And this is the surface area of the lungs compared to your skin surface area. So inside your lungs, there's many more times surface area than in the whole skin. And some people would say that this area is about equivalent to a tennis court. So when you take in one breath, that air is spread across the surface area of about this floor too, right? Maybe this is a little bigger than a tennis court. And that's what makes one breath of something dangerous. Because then you've got this surface area that then diffuses into your blood, right? And then they're just showing you the intestines, of course. is even a larger surface area. Okay, so let's go. Catalytic converters, they're actually, if they're working right, they don't make carbon monoxide. They let out carbon dioxide.